everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I had my husband pick all of my makeup that I'm going to be using in this video. I'm going to show you guys the process of him picking everything, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it all on and see what kind of look we end up coming out with. So let's get started.
What about that tail?
People are going to judge you in the comments. Okay.
Oops.
I need something probably.
Red.
I'm gonna go ahead and start with the face, and for primer he picked out this water drop primer in coconut, and I do really like this product. It really hydrates your skin and it's only about $5. So he did pick out two different eyeshadow palettes. So this one we've seen recently for my Thanos look. And this one is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte Holy Smokes palette. And it's really pretty. It has some blue shades in it. I think what I'll do is I'll use the mattes from the e.l.f. palette and then go in with one of these more metallic shades and use that on the lid. So the first thing that I'm going to do is prime, and he didn't specifically pick out an eye primer, but I do have the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Peach. So I'm just going to use this for my eyeshadow primer. So now that I have my lids primed with that concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and go in to the e.l.f. palette. And the first shade that I'm gonna go in with is this more cool toned brown kind of camel-y color. And I'm going to take that on my Morphe M441 and just begin kind of buffing it into the crease. The next color I'm gonna go in with is this little bit deeper of a brown shade, and I'm gonna take that on my Morphe M562. Next, I'm gonna go in with this dark brown shade, and I'm gonna use my Morphe M506 and just deepen up the outer corner. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that first shade and just buff over everything. So I think I'm gonna go in with probably a combination of this Pisces, or this is Taurus, and then over here is Pisces. So the more bronzy one is going to be Pisces, and then the one on the top is going to be Taurus. They're both really, really pretty shades and very, very foiled and pigmented. So I'm going to take Pisces. So now that I have that kind of on towards the middle, I'm gonna go in with the Taurus shade, and I'm gonna apply that on the inner area. And again, I'm gonna spray that shade with a little bit of setting spray. So I'm gonna go back in with my Morphe M506, and I'm gonna go into this orangey kind of shade, and I'm just going to try to blend that between the darker brown and the shimmer. And then just taking my finger, I'm gonna go into the Pisces shade and kind of pat it over the middle. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows real quick and this is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. He did pick out a liner. This is the Tarte Maneater liner, and it's self-sharpening, which is pretty cool. Maybe do something kind of smoky like a wing. So I just applied a little bit, and it's definitely not perfect, but it'll work for our purposes. And I'm gonna take a flat brush. This one is from Alamad Cosmetics, and I'm actually gonna go into the black that is in this e.l.f. palette, so the one all the way over here at the end. And I'm just going to use that black shade to kind of smudge this liner out. So I went ahead and smoked it out and then added like just a little bit of a wing just by pulling it out. So now I think I'm going to add some mascara, and he picked out the Collab Love Your Curves mascara. So he also picked out some lashes, and these are the Ardell Wispies. So while the lashes dry, he also picked out the e.l.f. brow pencil. So I'm just going to use this one a little bit as well. Okay, so the lashes are on. So I'm gonna move on to the rest of the face, and for foundation, he picked out Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. And then I'm going to blend it out with this Luxie 352 round top blender. And as you guys saw earlier, he picked out the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer, and we used this for our eye primer. So it just looks a little ghostly underneath my eyes, but he did pick two powders. So I have this Milani powder foundation, and this is the Even Touch powder foundation in the shade Shell. So I don't use this, and I don't really remember why. The other powder that I have is the RCMA No Color powder, and this one is nice too, but I feel like I do need a little bit of color under my eyes just to balance everything out. And already I feel like that looks better. So just to make sure we also use this, I'm just going to kind of overall set the face. I'll just kind of set the rest of this face because it is kind of a more tacky foundation. So now that we have the base on, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with our bronzer, which this is the Wet n Wild Sunset Striptease. So I'm gonna just take that on my Luxie tapered brush. So for blush, he picked out my favorite, my Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Tropic Hues. And then for highlighter, he bought this for me, so he picked out the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. And I'm actually going to use the Morphe M510 brush today. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with my setting spray. So I need to go ahead and do the lower lash line, and I'm not going to do too much because I do like how it looks. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which was the first shade we went in with in the crease. And I'm just going to go underneath the lash line. And I think that's all I want to add there. I'm going to add a little bit of lower lash mascara. Oh no! We'll just let that dry and then flake it off. So the last thing that we have before we fix that is the lip, and he picked out the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip. This is in the shade Fight Free Red-icals, and I don't know if he just went for this because it was kind of on the top or if he actually wanted a red shade. So that concludes my husband picking my makeup. I think that this was a lot of fun. I really do like how the look turned out, and it was really interesting to see what things he picked. Even though I think he picked most things randomly, it was a lot of fun. So if you guys liked watching, please give this a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll link those down below. And please let me know what you guys want to see next. You can leave that in the comments. And thanks so much for watching. Bye!